when I started healing, I also started recognizing that, for example, when I would meditate or meditate before clients, I started receiving messages. And, it can sound like a woo or abstract thing to talk about, but rather than identify necessarily where the origins of those messages come from, whether I say they come from a divine source or spirit guides or just intuitive knowing, it's clear that it doesn't come from the thinking mind. It's clear that it's a different source because it's not really about me. And a lot of times it's not even based in my own conditioned beliefs. But I started out doing that because I'd been working with others who were clearly channeling other sources of knowing. It just resonated with me. It lit me up. It sparked something. And as I was healing, I see sort of trauma healing and intuitive development as two sides of the same coin, because as we begin to heal that fear conditioning, another space opens up, a space, we can call it in the heart space, for honoring creativity, for just a source of knowing that flows with ease, that is not based on anything but love and creation and wanting to be of service. And that started to flow. So with clients, I would start to receive messages, and maybe it would just be sort of visual metaphors about where they're at, or emotions they were coping with, or things at first. And I wouldn't necessarily bring it in. I'd sort of do what I was trained to do, but naturally it would start to show up. I started getting very interested in epigenetic and ancestral lineages, and recognized that part of what I was receiving could be applied to ancestral lineages of trauma, what people were carrying, whether it was really just originating within them or from the lineage. And so I would start to play with those ideas. And what I noticed is that when I would bring that stuff in at a person's own level of readiness, they would start to cultivate intuition, because as I would bring people into the heart space, a very similar process that unfolded for me, they would start to get messages about themselves. So really the work, rather than me just being this channel for guided messages, is actually teaching people how to cultivate that intuitive compass and knowing within themselves, which leads all of us to a place of discernment to make choices that serve us rather than choices that are based in fear.